Welcome, I'm John Lozino with B4B Connect. While big top-down economic development efforts tend to get the most attention and media coverage, some of the most exciting things happening in Detroit these days are coming out of grassroots, community-based entrepreneurs. I'm joined today by somebody who's involved in many of these efforts, Jerry Paffendorf. Jerry, it's good to be here in Detroit with you today.
Hey, man. Hey, John. Nice to meet you.
So tell me a little bit, and tell the good listeners out there, a little bit about who you are and what some of the things that you're formally involved with are.
Sure. So our primary project is called Loveland Technologies, which it's an internet startup. What we do is we try to come up with new ways to put the city online via the internet and display public information to people in new ways, and then also get people to interact with their city in kind of this whole crowdsourcing, crowdfunding space that I think people today are getting pretty familiar with. So that means putting projects online in the city, inviting people to fund them, inviting people's inputs on what should happen in a certain place, and generally working, I think, in this kind of interesting area between like internet software development and then new kind of like civic actions, or even maybe like more efficient ways that government could do things as far as making public information available to people in neighborhoods in an actionable, more user-friendly way.
And the interesting thing to me is that we're not talking about Kickstarter with a computer game or something. I mean, you're doing things like land ownership databases.
Right. So, we have, it's funny because, I know ideally in a perfect world you can say exactly what you do in 2 seconds, and maybe maybe it's possible that we'll find out what that 2-second thing is, but I'll try to keep this long story very, very, very short here. We started about 3 years ago working in Detroit, and our first project we called it micro real estate, and it was very much an open-ended experiment. It was supposed to be entertaining. It was supposed to be a little bit provocative, and it was supposed to be an adventurous experiment to see how people would respond.